Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of Basketball Culture. I'm your host, Ebony.
It's your boy Tyler, and today we got kind of a special episode doing it over online. If you'd like to introduce yourself real quick.
Well, my name is John Humphrey. Some may call me the helicopter from And1.
Woo,
Yes, sir. Yes,
let's
sir.
go.
The Streetball legend with us today.
All right, let's get into it. So, this week in basketball, or well, it's not really week, playoffs. Have you been watching the playoffs, John?
Vaguely. I've
Vaguely?
been vaguely. I usually don't get into them until the second and third round. That's when we start really playing basketball. However, Boston and Cleveland act like they don't want to play, which Cleveland played last night. So
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't. I didn't see that happening, especially I'm pretty sure every away team actually won the first game, which is kind
right.
of crazy.
Yeah.
First
I
time
think the first two.
Like,
Yeah.
yes. Some records are being broken this year. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, but some unfortunate things as well because I'm a Warriors fan. Steph Curry got injured.
Oh,
We managed to steal game one still, so there's some hope. But yeah, I don't know. It's looking rough. He's out for a couple games at least. So
Yeah, and of course, you won't know this, but for any viewers that have been watching, they will know. And for anyone who knows me, big Miami Heat fan. And obviously, we went out in round one very badly, but at least we broke a record to get there, right?
if you say so.
Also, very big Jimmy Butler fan, so I'm not really happy with the way he's been playing. I want him to carry Warriors while Steph's out, but
Yeah, he's in that playmaking role right now. We need the scoring, but hopefully, a couple games he gets into it.
I think last thing I want to talk about that for the this week in basketball, Hallie's game winner after who didn't someone say something to like, oh, you're not like that or something like that?
I mean, there was like a player vote that he's like the most overrated. That's what the players voted, and I mean, he's been clutch. So, Aaron Gordon as well. Ain't no one. Aaron Gordon's not like that, but apparently he is. He's hit 2 game winners. He's hit a game time free today. Actually, who knows, man.
Yeah, man. These players be crazy. All right.
Exactly.
Let's get into our quiz now.
Yeah, so just got a couple quiz questions. Just these ones are kind of tailored to the street ball, kind of. So yeah, just test the knowledge on it. So to start, we got how many And1 mixtapes are there?
Oh, that's tricky. What is it, 11?
Close. 10 volumes. And then
That's why I said it's tricky because we got the international. That was count as the volume.
well, I mean, true. We'll count that as a correct. That one will count that as a correct. And then street ball, always when you talk about street ball, you got to bring up the famous Rucker Park. So I have which NBA player scored 66 points at the famous Rucker Park?
Oh, 66. That's tricky. Because I know that Durant had 60 something and Kobe had. I'm going to go with KD.
Yep. Yes, sir. KD. And then have a legend, the icon. I have what is the street ball legend Escalade? What's his real name?
Troy Jackson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And for some of you that don't know, it's the brother of Mark Jackson. If you've ever heard him commentating or anything like that. But yeah, it's definitely a legend.
Just look at him in the face. They look just alike.
That is true. That is true. And then move on to another street ball legend. I have what was Rafa Alston more commonly known as during his street ball years.
Yeah, to Malou.
Yes, sir. The real hoopers will know that. And now, just to finish off, we just got a couple nicknames of current NBA players, maybe some street ballers, and yeah, if you can just name who they are. So to start off, I got Chocolate Thunder.
Chocolate Thunder. Wait, I don't know if you got that right. The Chocolate Thunder with Moses Malone.
Moses Malone. I have it as Daryl Dawkins.
Darren Dawkins, yes, Daryl Dawkins. I'm sorry, yes. Chocolate Thunder from Down Under.
Yes, sir. Then we got Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Ray.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Then we got kind of a newer one, maybe a lesser known player. We got Off Night.
Who that?
That one's Davion Mitchell because he gives players an off night, defensive player. I think he's currently on the Heat.
Oh yeah, that's my player.
Yep. And
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, he's more recent. He's not really a top tier name, but
he's young. He's young, up and coming. Yeah,
maybe in the future.
Man, I'm old. Can't give me young people.
We'll have a throwback now. We got the Destroyer.
The Destroyer?
Yeah, this one's a street baller.
I don't know the Destroyer.
Well, I referenced KD before scoring 66, but this guy actually has the record for the most points at Rucker with 74, and that's Joe Hammond.
Oh, Joe the Destroyer.
Yes, sir. So
I actually didn't know that.
Did pretty good overall. It's better than some of the other guests. So yeah.
Very good. Good job.
Thanks.
All right. And now we got our jerseys or something sentimental. So can you show us what you have?
Well, I have. I don't know if you can see. I gotta go.
Give it to the right. To the right a bit. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's out of focus.
Oh, it's working. All right. Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Commit.
Y'all see?
Yes.
Commit to achieve.
Okay, so you see. Why I go out of focus? You see the 2 in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's me with my signature dunk. And it's some silhouette of me. It's my logo for my organization. But I also, 4 years ago, I started an AAU team with that. And, well, the background story of the organization. When I came home after I retired and everything, I wanted to give back to the community, to let these kids know that, somebody cares, somebody been there. You mentioned Steph Curry earlier. A lot of kids looked up to Steph Curry, but they didn't grow up like Steph Curry. Like, they don't know. Dale was in the league. He was in the NBA gyms his whole career, following the people they looked up to. They didn't grow up like that. I grew up like them. I've been, not saying not knowing my next meal is, because my grandma did a wonderful job, but it was a situation where we didn't know that I was poor until you got older. So I know what it's like, and I know that you don't have to sell drugs, you don't have to break the law and stuff. So to be successful in life, as y'all know, y'all doing a podcast, you really have to commit yourself. So I told them, so my company came as Commit to Achieve. So to really achieve, you got to commit yourself. And not only to be a basketball player or whatever, but anything in life, you have to be committed. So I started that company. I did a whole lot of motivational speaking. I did a whole lot of partners with the DARE, different giveaways and stuff. But then 4 years ago, I decided to go back to my nature. All the guys in my area, I live in a small area in North Carolina. We're on the beach, so we don't get as much recognition and TV time, as they say, as the bigger cities. But there's a lot of great basketball players in my area. Like, I don't know if you know, I know you know Jerry Stackhouse and all the guys from Kinston, all the guys that go to Duke. Well, that's an hour from my house. Like, we're all in the same little area. So I got all the kids from my area, and I started an AAU program. And 4 years, I didn't write this down because I didn't notice it coming, but off the top of my head, we have 13 championships. We won the nationals. We have 12 runner-ups. Was ranked in the state easy, but was ranked in the top 10 in the country for 4 years. And all my players that are seniors now are all going to college. Now, all not going on a basketball scholarship because we had some that was also excelled at football and also at soccer. But all of my, this is the fourth year, I said fourth, this is all my senior class. They're all going to college. So I'm very proud of that. We started something that now branching off, other people are doing it, and the other people saw that we can do it, and they contact me, hey, we want to do this. Go ahead. So it's just an olive branch, and it's humbling to me to see that people want to branch off and do it, and now the kids from my area is getting recognition.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Always giving back and stuff like that. It's always a fundamental part, and yeah, to hear the success stories, it's inspiring. So
definitely.
So, as you know, as our viewers know, actually, podcast is called Basketball Culture. So we just want to get kind of what's your definition, like your personal take on what basketball culture means.
I'm old school, man. I love the game of basketball when it's played the right way. But even now, I, I I'm forever ruined, and I was like that as a player. I've always seen the game in a coach's lens. So the new culture of the traveling and the ISO basketball, I can't stand it, man. It's like if you watch the game back in the day, that's why people say that you can't play in the old era. It was pass, cut, screen, rebound. If somebody hit a shot, you're gonna get the ball back to them. It's almost like basketball's a show and it's like for self. That's why earlier I said I don't even watch the NBA until it's get late, second round, third round of playoffs. Because now everybody's starting to play, like really play basketball and sharing the ball. Like the one-on-one, can't watch. So I guess the culture is now, I would say it's more of a show and marketing and for money, which I mean, I'm not hating as they say, because I think that's the way everything is shifting. All the sports is no nothing to y'all, but can I get a podcast? Can I do this and can I do that? So I think a lot of the players are doing more stuff off the field, off the court to be relevant where and maybe that's getting into the times, but where the Magic Johnsons, the Michael Jordans, the Iversons, they did their talking on the court. The Lawrence Taylors, they did their talking on the field, and all the other stuff came along with them. Now, if you watch and you see stuff, you see a whole lot of endorsement deals, and a whole lot of, oh, this player gonna be the greatest, and they haven't even did nothing yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know if I answered your question, but that's like I get emotional about that because I think that we give the keys to people before they even done anything.
Yeah, I love that quote. I definitely agree with you on that. Like I've said multiple times, like I don't really watch NBA or anything like that as well because I like seeing like people playing hard and like proper defense, and you don't really see that a lot in NBA these days.
Yeah, it's definitely a lost art. It's more kind of like just who can score the best, who can score the most.
Yes.
But, you know, we got some players that still kind of bring that intensity. You got the Draymonds and stuff like that, but ultimately, yeah,
right,
it's kind of dying out. So I do feel you on that, even though I am part of that kind of younger generation. But, yeah.
Definitely. And now we get into our questions. So to start, we want to talk about bring it back to your childhood. Where did you grow up and what was your childhood like, if you could share with us?
I grew up in a small town called Beaufort, North Carolina. My grandma raised me until I was probably 10 or 11. It got real bad in the area. Drugs, crime, not nationally bad, but bad for our area. So she did the hardest thing ever. I moved in with my aunt and uncle. And that was tough because I was so used to my grandma. I never got in trouble. And like it's almost like I was just saying about basketball, the OGs, as they would call them, the drug dealers and whatever. It's different, man. They used to give me money and tell me to get away. Like this is not for you. I see something in you. Like now, they'll take the athletes and draw them in, want them to be with them, and it's just terrible. So I could have easily went down that. Well, I ain't, I could have easily went down that route. Now my grandma, she would have handled it, but
Yeah.
but I didn't because like I said, the old guys, man, they used to give me money, um, buy me basketballs. I used to be in the outside just playing all the day, all time. Give me money to go buy groceries for my grandma. Just that was when the society was different, man. They took care of the kids, and then I'm not saying what they did was right. Now I'm not advocating to go sell drugs or do illegal stuff, but they didn't try to draw me or any other young kids in it. They pushed us to stay away. Like
Mm.
I've had many talks with the older guys. Hey, look, this is what you should do. We failed in life. We didn't go to school. We got in trouble at an early age, so now we have to do this. This is not you. And they my talk of not being in the illegal side came from people that was on the illegal side. So I think that's amazing. I've told the story. I go back and think about it. I mean, it could save my life. And but it's not like that now. These guys will drag you in. They see something special and they'll drag you in. Um, but I can go on and on about that because that's still emotional to me. But then I moved with my aunt and uncle, which was it, actually I went to the. It's almost like a Jimmy Butler thing. I went to the rival school and stuff, and I was like the
Oh.
quote unquote best player, so it kind of stuck.
Yeah.
But I embraced it, and I still was very young, and sports was my thing, man. When I moved in with my aunt and uncle, they had a daughter. She's younger than me. Then later on, they had another daughter. So it was just me, boy wise. So I went outside, and that was back in the day. I know y'all probably way younger than me. That you didn't stay in the house and play video games. You get outside. You go outside, especially weekends. You go outside. You play. You come in, eat lunch, go back outside. So I had to be very imaginative. And we had kids in the community and stuff, but again, things were different. You got in trouble, you couldn't leave the yard. So a lot of our guys sometimes got in trouble, couldn't leave, or I couldn't leave the yard. But it was just a blessing that I think about it because we, right beside our house, was another house that I think in 12 years, one person lived there probably for 2 years. So it was like an empty lot. So that was the football field, that was the baseball field. And we, when the guys come over, did so much stuff. But I played baseball by myself, football by myself. But I think I gravitated to basketball because one of the things that you actually can do by yourself and you ain't making up stuff. So I used to play 1-on-1, well, 1-on-0 all the time. And I had a crazy game. I had to shoot 12 to 15 feet out. I was young, so I didn't measure it. But and
Yeah.
if the ball hit the ground, the other team scored, and I had to win the game. But I couldn't shoot layups, so I used to do that all the time. And then my love for basketball just grew exponentially.
Wow, that's amazing. And yeah, I'm definitely young, but I'm still from the generation that got to go play outside. So I understand that, going outside, those were the days, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like I miss that. Luckily our brother still goes outside sometimes,
Mhm.
but
Sometimes.
sometimes, yeah, but back then I was outside all the time, like you said.
But yeah, can't really relate on the 1-on-0 because we got so many siblings, so we
Yeah.
always having competitions with ourselves. But I mean, it's inspiring that you didn't make any excuses. You just went out and did it. One thing I just want to ask is kind of when was it in like playing basketball did you realize like you could pursue it kind of as a career going forward rather than just playing for fun or stuff like that?
I think I think it was later in my career. I probably high school, college, middle school, I knew I was different for say because everyone was sixth grade. It goes from the touching the pole. Well, fifth grade goes from touching the poles, and when everybody was touching the poles, I was touching the ceiling. Then it goes to touching the net, and everybody was touching the net. I was slapping backboard, and then when they finally got to the net, I was I was dunking in sixth grade, and so I knew I was different there. And then the funny thing was, I was eighth grade. I was just flying, and then I came to find, and we realized later on that I was jumping so much higher, and I could never figure out why I can dunk at school. Now, I was sixth grade, I wasn't like tomahawk dunking. I can dunk, but it was 2 out of 10. But for a sixth grader,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was amazing. But at home, I couldn't even get close to dunking. So seventh grade, eighth grade, I couldn't dunk at home. Ninth grade, I couldn't dunk at home. But ninth grade at school, I was dunking backwards, windmilling, everything. But at home, I couldn't dunk. So 10th grade, I could finally dunk at home. So then I just thought it was a milestone. And then they come to find out, I told y'all I live with I played on a dirt court. So if you think about it, the erosion, my goal that I was playing on was 11 and a half feet when we finally measured it.
Damn.
Wow.
So never known. So that was my Goliath. Tried to dunk that. So then when I finally dunked, so I
Yeah.
was dunking at 11 feet and 11 and a half, and I was couldn't figure out why I couldn't dunk at home. But so I knew that, so I could always jump higher than everybody, and I could always, and it's just, I think high school, I won a national championship. I went to Oak Hill Academy. You know, KD went there, Stackhouse went there a lot. So I think that's when the mind shift changed. Like, hey, might better do something with this. And then you go to college, and then you're like, wow. I think that was when you go to college and you play against guys, and they either go pro or NBA or overseas, and you're like, hold on now, I'm just as good as him. So I think that's when it really starts to click. Back then, like now, people think so they're born, they're going. But for me, and how it went back then, because realistically, if you didn't go to Carolina, Duke, Kansas back in the 90, I was 98. I came out 02, 03. Yeah. So 02, 03, if you didn't go to them top D1 schools, you're not going to the NBA. It's just the way it was back then. Now you can go, you play at Christian Academy at home, homeschool and go. So I think that it shifts the mindsets back then, but I think it all worked out for the best.
Mm. Just jumping off what you said about how like around sixth grade you start to realize, oh, you're different, like you're jumping a lot higher than everyone else and all that stuff. How did that feel? Like as kids, I feel like, kids just like kind of shrug it off. So did you just kind of like shrug it off and be like, whatever? Or was it like, wait a minute? Like, what was that feeling like?
And it was great because everybody like I've always was a good athlete, but everybody, want me on their team and want me to do this and that. And I used to block everybody's shot. Like I love blocking shots more than dunking. So I could
Yeah.
jump higher than everybody else. So I used to just block everybody's shot. And it was just like walk around, and then I mean it got annoying at first. Oh, that's the guy right there. That's the guy that can dunk. That's the guy that can dunk. Like, my name is John. And kids being kids.
Yeah.
And I got picked on a little bit. Oh, he's the alien. He's the alien. He can't jump that high. So it was fun.
Wow, that's interesting to hear. So you got picked on for like being like
For being better, kind
yeah, for being better. Like what? Kind of crazy.
Also, just I know you touched on how you went to Oak Hill. I believe you started at a different high school before that, and I just want to know if like that transition between the high schools, if that kind of helped you excel and how that shaped your game. I know you mentioned you won the state championship there.
National championship, sir.
National. Oh, sorry.
Yes. Oh, I don't think I would be where I am today or accomplish what I did if I never went to Oak Hill. I was player of the year at West Carter High School, and I was a big fish in a small pond. I played. I've always played hard, but I've always was better than everyone, and that's because I worked though. I to this day I've never drunk any alcohol, did any drugs. To this day, I'm 44 years old. I've always stayed in the gym and just focused on what I wanted to do because I'm obsessed. When I get down to something, I'm obsessed with it, and I want to be the best. So I made that decision to leave and go to Oak Hill. Now, me, unbeknownst to me, I've played against national competition. I played and I held my own and I played. So I wasn't worried about none of that. But when I go to Oak Hill, now I'm a small fish in a big pond. Now I'm not as good. See, I'm different. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not as good as I thought I was. I was good for my area. I wasn't good nationally. So when I went to Oak Hill, Steve Blake, who played for the Lakers and played in the NBA, he was my point guard. He won three state championships and a national championship, and two of them was in Miami. Ron Slay, if you watching the SEC network, you'll see him up there. He just got in the Hall of Fame. He went to Tennessee. Travis Watson, he went to Virginia. Cliff Hawkins, he went to Kentucky. Jules went to Kentucky. So now I'm like, whoa, player. So I actually, and my thing was I can score. I'm a naturally scorer. I had a hard time going left, and I didn't really work on going left because you couldn't stop me. It's almost like if y'all old enough to know Spreewell, Latrell Sprewell. If you know about his game, he could not go left, but you couldn't stop him going right. That was me. Now I've yet to play. Not bragging, just been. I've yet to play, and I wasn't the most athletic person or the highest jumper ever. However, the gap was smaller. So now I can't go left. So when I beat that initial, I mean I can't go right all the time. When I beat that initial defender, another guy's coming over quicker than I'm used to. So I actually called my dad. True story. Called my dad, and this was '99. So there's no cell phones. There's no everyday connection. And my school is 6 hours away from home. It's a landline. I said that. So I think like I don't remember exact. I think I called 3 times a week. We get to call home, something like that. I don't remember. That's a long time ago. But I do remember this conversation. So I called and told my dad. I said, "Hey, Dad, I'm coming home." He said, "Okay." He said, "We just got your report card." I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "You got straight A's." I said, "Yes, sir." Okay. He said, "I sent money up there for you to on your like we get money so we can go to we eat the school stuff, but it's almost like college. So then you can go to the little commissary and stuff, buy extra stuff." He said, You got food?" I said, "Yes, sir." "You got clothes?" And you know I had clothes because we have a uniform, but then we had our basketball stuff. I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "The coach disrespecting you anyway?" I said, "No, sir." He said, literally, mind you, like I got a line of people waiting for the phone. We got one phone and I'm in basketball door. He said, "Well, I love you, son. Have a good day." Hung up.
Oh,
So I knew that meant figure it out. So I busted my butt, man. Practice, after practice, before school, work. Like if you ever watch me play after high school, you think I'm left-handed. I just went left, 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 left. Worked on it, 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 and worked on it more until it became second nature. So that's the first time I really worked on the deficiency of my craft. I was just like most people. I go in the gym and work on stuff you can already do. And I think that gave me the mindset of what I needed to do. And where, like I said, high school start, like to be, I don't think I was talking about league or going pro then, but I've always wanted to be the best. And I seen these guys doing this. So if I can do that mixed in what I already can do, I can be the best. I think that was my first time of really honing in on my deficiencies and going to work at it.
Definitely, it shows how like without kind of the hardship and without failure, you can't really truly succeed. So, I mean, like you said, from what it sounds like, if you didn't go there, it probably would have not led to where you are now. So, I mean, it's definitely a great success story.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah. But then kind of touching into the college and how you transitioned there, I believe you were in the college dunk contest and you actually finished second. So did that kind of also give you more fuel to like motivate you to become better and push further?
No, not really, to be honest with you. If you looked at and so I hate telling this story because people say I'm a hater. But I'm not a hater. If you look at it, um, Byron, which is my guy, like we laugh about, he's my friend. The thing was in New Orleans. He went to school in New Orleans. I had 50s all the way around. He didn't. And so by the score thing, the game, it was over. You go back and watch it, it was over. But then it went to Baron Davis, which I still mad at to this day. When I see him, we just laugh. I don't talk to him. And he goes, dunk off. I want dunk off. Well, I told you, when I practice something, I practice for a reason. So I already had my stuff lined up, and I said going in, I'm gonna have this one. I think you saw me. I did this over. I'm gonna have this one before the last dunk. So when we went to a one dunk off, it totally threw me off, and I like panicked. So he did the dunk that I already did, and he got a 50. So I knew I had to do something crazy. So I tried. I don't even remember what I tried to do. It was nowhere near what I had because I had 5 specific dunks laid out. This is what I'm gonna do here, and this, and this, in this order. So it just totally threw me off, and then I missed the dunk. Now I was just trying something crazy. So I knew in my mind I won it, and then everybody said, "Oh, you won that, you won that," but like. I never did anything for personal glory, even to this day. I've done it just to test myself. So if I would have won and I thought that he won, I would have felt terrible. So it's not like the winning thing. It's like, how do you feel inside? Can you really live with yourself? So mentally, I figured I won. And so it didn't really bother me. My school and my people, everybody was proud, but it's more so my guys. It's funny. Years later, I start coaching. Coach, you lost the dunk contest. Ha ha ha. You can't even dunk. Shut up. So no, I mean, was I disappointed at the time, especially? Yeah, because I told everybody I was bringing it home, but the funny thing was, I first started And1, they noticed me from the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Kind of it reminds me of the Derek Jones Jr. and the Aaron Gordon type thing. Like everyone knew Aaron Gordon won, but all of a sudden, Dwayne Wade wants to come and vote for his guy.
Yeah, look, Derek.
But I'm not saying Brian didn't deserve it because he could play, he could jump. Again, we're good friends.
Yeah, Jones was on Miami, so I was like, "Oh, Aaron, that was tough, but yes, let's go." Just going off what you said about how like you said that you had a plan, and then because it like didn't go to plan, it kind of threw you off. That happens a lot to me. Like I have like plans for stuff, and when it like doesn't go to plan, then it throws me off. So I was just wondering, since you said that you go through the same thing, like how do you deal with that just in life and with basketball as well? Like, is it something that you're able to manage really well, or do you struggle with that at all?
I learned after that. I give myself 2, 3, 4 options. So that never happened to me again. That was I did learn from that. Like nothing goes to plan.
Mm.
You can have an idea, but what is your second, third, and fourth thing off gate before you get there? So, um, um, 'cause that was the first time I was like thrown for a loop. Like, because even basketball wise, I've always to see the game 3, 4, 5 moves, like you said, while you playing checkers, I'm playing chess.
Mm.
So I started doing that in life and in sports and in other things. So that wouldn't happen to me again because that could be discombobulating, as you know.
Yeah, definitely. All right, thank you. I'll remember that.
And then kind of touching back to what you said when you went to the N1, those dunk contests and stuff like that, you were kind of recognized already. I just want to kind of know, how did it feel to, like, you became like a fan sensation overnight when you first went there in the 2003 N1 mixtape. So kind of how was that experience, and how did it feel to like kind of get the flowers that you've been working for this whole time?
It was great. To be honest with you, it felt good, but I just love the game of basketball, man. And and one was so easy for me. I did what I always did. I did run the wing, play defense, and dunk. That's me. I didn't have to do none of the other stuff. So if you tell me you're gonna pay me to just go catch some lobs, hit a couple of jump shots, what?
Mm.
Okay. I would do that for free. That's what I did. So to be recognized, and then one thing about North Carolina, man, I love we stand behind our people from the area. So once one of them games was in Raleigh and it was in my home state, and I had like 35 the first night. Oh, it was over. Like it was just great, and man, I loved it. Didn't know what was really happening at the time. Then I going back and looking at film, man. I see the kids and stuff that was kids back then growing up. Hey, I remember your first game, man. I enjoyed watching you. And so it wasn't like I was on tour or I was on TV. It was like we all was. So it was great.
Mm.
It
Yeah,
would definitely be a great time in front of the hometown crowd. Give it that extra boost, boost your
100%.
attitude and everything. I also I believe that, I'm not sure if it was the time in Rayleigh or if it was a different time, but it was kind of like a ESPN show type of vibe as well. It was a competition, and I believe you made it to the final three, and they kind of invited you to travel Europe with them because of that. How do you think that, like, how was that experience playing overseas compared to in your hometown? And also, did that play a role into you becoming an official member in the following year, do you believe?
Yes. If you notice, when I came on, the competition part ended. So that was like they had the three that they wanted, and we just gonna go and play. And then they invited me overseas because I mean they saw something in me, and they were saying that you have a good tour, you have a good showing overseas. Basically, keep doing what you were doing, and we're gonna be a strong possibility we sign you. But you got to remember, like I play high level basketball. I just came from a Division 1 college, so I'm like, this is what I do. I play basketball. So when we went overseas, to me, it was easy to shine because now I'm playing basketball.
Mm.
Because we was playing. I think I don't remember because we did it so many times. I think the first year, no, okay, first, no, we went to Australia. We played against y'all team there, but I think when we was in Europe, we played against each other. So when we played against each other, it was so much easier for me because for the whole time I was playing on the other team with none of the guys. So it was 4 or 5 people, but you got some people in there that the level of competition on our team wasn't good. So now you put me with a all-star team. It's just easy. It's easier. So it was fun, and we just played, and I just took over. I mean, if you look at the cover, I'm on the cover.
Mm.
I destroyed it. It was just basketball. Like I never backed down for competition. This was just me out there having fun. Just it's easy.
I love that mindset. Like it's just basketball. I really do. I need some of that because I'd be overthinking everything. I wanted to know. So obviously you go. Well, your nickname is Helicopter. So when did that, kind of catch on, and like, what was that moment like when everyone started, calling you that?
So here's a funny story about helicopter. My name initially in college was the GOAT, and but it was Earl Manny GOAT, like for the GOAT. Go, I don't know if y'all know the GOAT. Y'all young, but because I jumped so high in the GOAT, I always jump high, and so that was always what they called me during college. But back when I was in high school, when I was at Oak Hill, there's something called the SEC ACC All Star game. So everybody who coming out of high school who's played in that game, who's going to them schools, who played in the All Star game. I wasn't going. I was initially going to Georgetown, then I changed my mind. But they invited me to be in the dunk contest.
Mm-hmm.
So it was. So I was like, okay, I didn't care. So I was competing in the dunk contest, and Steve went to Maryland, so he was in there. So he was my. I was doing dunks. Then he was like, "And just let me throw you a lob." I was like, "Man, I don't want to do that."
Mm-hmm.
So then he was like, "Just let me throw you a lob." So all right. So now these dunk contests weren't like the ones today. You had to make your dunk. So I don't know what happened, and Steven laughed about it. He throws the ball, and when he throws it, I don't know if it slipped out of his hand, and Steve could pass the ball like no other. But he throws it high and wide left. So I jump and I catch it and I do a reverse 360 because I
Wow.
never did it before. It wasn't planned. It was just the way that it happened because my body was going and the way he threw the ball. And I dunked it. Then a guy named Bob Gibbons, he called me he said, "Oh my God, that looked like an assault Apache helicopter."
Hey.
And then everybody was like, "Yo, helicopter, helicopter, helicopter." So they would start calling me the helicopter. But the funny thing was, my first ever pro team I played on was called the Apache.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So this was 5, 6 years later. So the helicopter, he gave me the name helicopter. So then through high school, and I mean, so that was my senior year. So through college, they were calling me the GOAT. And some people saw it. So depending on where I was at, I was the GOAT. I was a helicopter. I was a GOAT helicopter. So then when I got on tour, they were asking me, "Hey, you got a name?" Then Duke was gonna give out names, and then I was like, they called me the helicopter. He was like, "That's a perfect name. We're gonna go with that one." I mean, later on, you hear he called me above the rim a couple times. It's funny because he kept above the rim helicopter, but so that's how that name came about, man.
Love that.
Definitely a fitting name, seeing how high you get up and the dunks you throw down. But kind of stepping away from the dunking, I just want to know, like, what's a part of your game that you're kind of proud of besides like the dunking ability? Like, I know you talked about how you developed the left hand and stuff like that. Is that kind of something you're proud of, like a skill?
Yes, I just work hard to do it, but more so than anything, man. If you ask anybody, and I tell my kids, anybody I've ever played against, I might have had 30, I might have had two. Well, I ain't had two, but anyway. Every coach will tell you the same thing. He played hard. That's a lost art nowadays. People don't play hard no more. I didn't let my offense dictate my defense. I tell my team all the time, we cannot let our offense dictate our defense. You see players, if they scoring good, they play defense. If they scoring bad, they just lollygag.
Mm.
I played hard, and That's the only thing in the game that you can control. Because I don't care if you Steph Curry, you Michael Jordan, you're gonna have no nights where you can't hit nothing.
Mm.
I remember I went 1 from 12 from three one night, and I literally had 10 wide open threes. The one I made, it was at the end of a shot clock, and I just threw it up. So, do you think I wanted to do that? No. So you can't control the offense, and no matter what you do, you're gonna have off nights. But defense and effort, you can control every single night. And I played every game like it was my last game. And I learned something. Being from North Carolina, I love Jordan. I heard something he said, and I took it to heart. There's always going to be somebody watching you for the first time and may never watch you again. So what do you want them to go away and say? So I took that mentality with me and just played hard. I think that's the most underrated thing, but it's the thing you can control. And that's the most thing I'm proud of about my game. So when I stepped away, I had no regrets.
Mm.
When I decided to retire, I had 47 the night before. I said, I'm done. Because that was the first time in 15 years as a pro, the next morning on our off day, I said, I ain't going to the gym. I'm resting. So I knew it was time to hang up. When I get that mindset, I ain't want to go to the gym. Time to go. And I'm not going to cheat the game like some people stay longer than they should. And so to answer your question, man, the effort that they give and playing hard.
Mm. I love that answer.
Yeah, it's definitely, like you said, the one thing you can control. Like, no matter how tall you are, how fast you are, or whatever, the effort you give, it's like, especially today, like I was watching TJ McConnell. I feel like every time I see him on the Pacers, he's hooping, not necessarily scoring and stuff, but he's making plays. He's drawing fouls, he's drawing offensive fouls and everything, and it is inspiring, to be honest. So I definitely agree with what you said there. And kind of going hand in hand with that, is there any advice you would kind of give to young hoopers from small towns like yourself, that if they want to make a name for themselves, like on the bigger stage, what's some advice they could take?
Play defense. Defense. It's the little things that makes the biggest splash. I could score. Like I was just a natural born scorer. I wasn't a shooter. I could shoot it, but I'm just saying I was a scorer, so I get it done. One game overseas I had 55 and I hit 25 free throws. My jumper wasn't going, so I went to the basket all night, got fouled. So that's a score. So there's not a lot of them. People want to score, but it's not scores. And shooters, okay, early in their career, you think about Steph. If he wasn't knocking down threes, it was over. He didn't do nothing. He wasn't getting to the basket. He wasn't doing the mid range. That was while he's involved in his game. But shooters are easy to stop. Scorers are born scorers. But no one wants to do the little things. If a coach walk into the gym and see you picking up full court, see you talking, see you pointing out, anchoring in the defense, diving on the floors, that's the guy I want on my team. That's the guy I'm looking for first. Because 9 out of 10, every coach, especially if you're going to college level, they got them a score. They already got a score. Who can give them the ball? Who can give that scorer the ball? Who can change the atmosphere of their team? Play that D, change the game. So it's the little things that is magnified and turn to big things. So my advice, like to my guys and everybody, be an all-around player. Do the little things. Play defense. Be a pest on defense. Be that Patrick Beverly, prime example. People don't understand. Patrick Beverly averaged 37 points in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But he knew he couldn't do that in the league and stick. Everybody can score in the league. What can you do to play? So I bet you can name off the top of your head 12, 13 players better than Patrick Beverly. But none of them had a better career than them. And Patrick Beverly probably averages 5, 6 points. But he got pension. He'd been in the league. He'd stayed in the league 12 years. All he did was go out there, play defense, and be a pest. And look, he didn't even play game as long as some of the other people's. Go play, get some fouls, go sit down. But the end game, he was in the NBA. He's set for life. So The little thing, man, play defense and be aggressive.
Mm.
Definitely good advice there.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like that's the one thing I try and teach to my kids as well that I coach. It's defense, defense, defense. Um, I have a bit of a random question, but I want to know your thoughts on the recent, like the, I don't know, maybe last 5 years, uh, all-star dunk contests. Seen as, you're a pretty amazing dunker yourself. What do you think of those dunk contests?
Well, no, I could be biased, I guess. If you look at us, and I say us, the dunkers of my time, the noticeable difference is we never use any props.
Mm.
Go dunk. Let me see what you got. So all the props and stuff, I'm not a fan of. Yes, I've jumped over a ball rack before in practice, and I've jumped over a person. But the cars and then all this other props come out. I just not a fan of it. That's because as a dunker, just because you can do these props don't mean you're a better dunker than I am, because people understand dunking is all about body movement. Like I told you that one dunk contest. So physically, I might just not be able to move that way.
Mm.
But if we just go straight up and jump, I can jump higher than you. So it kind of gives you advantage. I mean, people are being creative and using what they got to their advantage. But the straight up Dominique versus Michael Jordan, hey, you on the court, I'm on the court, let's do it. Dunk. And that's what I like.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's more inner. I don't know. It's more. I don't know what to call it. I don't even say more entertaining, but it's just. I don't know. I'm just not
Mhm.
a fan of it. But that's just me being biased from my time, because it's not everybody's doing it now. But I've seen the dunkers, the guy Dupuis, and I've seen the worm. I've seen the dunkers that NBA guys are trying to do. Because I consider myself, I'm a game dunker. I'm not really a dunk contest. Everything I've done in a dunk contest, I'm doing the game. So I'm just that dunkers. Like there is just natural dunkers and dunk contest dunkers. I've seen them do so much stuff. It's incredible. So it's hard for me to get impressed by the NBA dunk contest.
Yeah, yeah. No, I definitely agree though. Like it's a bit, I don't know, especially the recent ones, like, and with the props too, you're so right about that. Like, especially when I see them bring a person, I'm like, bro, how many times do we have to see someone jump
Yes.
over someone? Like, come
Yeah.
on. Think, like, use your brain, be creative. I don't know, show me something. But yeah.
I will give some of them the benefit of the doubt, because like with the internet and everything, it's like we watch random people doing all these crazy dunks and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we could look up old highlights, we can see your highlights. So it is kind of hard to see something different, but
Right.
sometimes they spend like 5 minutes getting a prop all set up, and they got
Yeah.
these
Oh my
free dunks.
gosh.
And
Then
Yeah.
miss.
we were just here waiting this whole time.
They still get a score, don't they?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
There should be an instant zero.
I feel like we were kind of spoiled as well with that last Aaron Gordon Zach Levine one. That in
Yeah,
my
Yes.
opinion, that
Yes.
was one of the best like contests of
It
all time.
was.
agreed.
But after them, it's like everything's kind of bland compared. So
Yeah.
you know,
Legit, after every single dunk contest, I go back. Well, everyone posts about it because most people I feel like are saying like the same thing, like, oh, just get rid of it. Like
Yeah.
there's no more good dunks. And so I always see it reposted that Zach Levine and Aaron Gordon. And I'm like, oh, that was so good.
I feel like the whole All Star weekend in itself is kind of died down. Like the All Star game, it's like no,
Right.
it's not
They tried
entertaining.
something last year. Yeah. And that goes back to what I said earlier. Go watch Michael. Go watch the back in the days, the early 2000s. They competed.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't no free game. We was going to play. They wanted to win. It wasn't no 200 or whatever. There was Kobe. Somebody broke Kobe. Dwayne Wade broke Kobe's nose
Mm.
in the All Star game. So they competed, man. That was my year. They competed. It wasn't no let you go through the lane and dunk. in my time, we call it "I dare you" lane, meaning I dare you to come down that. Boom. Our saying was, "I don't know how good you are until you get up," meaning we're gonna knock you down. So, and it's not none of that no more. And again, as times has changed, but it's just like some things need to stay kind of the same.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, we need to bring the competitiveness back. Like, I still watch the old highlights and stuff. Like, they really like they take pride in it. Like, this guy just scored on me. Oh, you're not scoring on me again. And it's like, I'm gonna go score on you now.
Exactly.
Whereas
Yeah.
now it's like they're just a shooting. Like,
Yeah, like, oh,
leaving people
my
wide open,
gosh.
just shooting. It's like can't really do much. That's why hopefully some of the younger guys. Cause I seen Wemby. Like when Wemby, I think his teammate got backdoor cut on to end the game, and he was angry. He's like, "Bro, what are you doing?" Like,
Yes.
hopefully
Yes.
some of the newer generation can
Yeah.
kind of bring the competitiveness back and hopefully revive it. Because right now it's not in the best state, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's what it is.
I hope so too, because I understand like now, like it's like entertainment or whatever, and like I'm probably in the minority, but I just hate like the way that at least NBA is like played now with just like you said, like open threes and all, like I just want to see effort and hustle like the old days, and
Right.
like yeah, I don't know, what needs to happen to get them to play like that.
They just gotta have it in them, I guess. But
Yeah.
just kind of touching back, I know you said I think D Wade broke Kobe's nose. I also heard that you played under Kobe's father actually. So I kind of want to know what it was like to be coached by him, and if you take any of his practices, coaching mentalities in your own coach with your AAU team and stuff like that.
100%. God rest his soul. You know, he passed away 2 years ago. That was my guy, man. That was my guy. We done so many. We was together so long. And we got into it all the time, but he shaped me to be the man I am and to be the coach that I am. I always called him my second father. He called me his son. And a lot of the philosophies are the same, man. It was amazing. And of course, he was a pro. His son, arguably the best player in the world, best player ever, arguably. So it's like, how could you not be a sponge and try to soak everything in? And I told you from the get go, I was, even as a player, I always took it in a coach's lens, see stuff differently. So I saw what I was doing, and he let me do my thing. But then when he needed to reel me in, he did the same thing. So he had patience but taught me the game. So I have some players like that, and then I just laugh at him because he was like, "Okay, you'll see one day. You'll see, you aggravating joker. You'll see." And then I go back, and one of my players do. I was like, "God, that's what he was talking about." So it always comes full circle, man. And it's just great. Funny story about Cole. The night he had 81, we used to always have battles. And that's what I told you. I had 55 or 52 or something like that. And then I sent him a message. Yeah, told you I was the best. So I said, all right. So then I wake up, and I'm in Japan. So I wake up next morning, and Jelly like, "You see the game last night?" I said, "I went to sleep." I got a text back. You see the game? And he had 81. Oh, well, guess why you there, and I'm here.
Definitely sounds like Kobe wouldn't want to lose to anyone, had to kind of just one up you there.
Yeah, wow. So yeah, that was in Japan, right? I actually just got back from Japan from a basketball tour. So I was wondering like how did you find the basketball there and like the culture, like the basketball culture there? And how did it shape you as a person and a player?
I love Japan. Japan, my second home. I've been back a few times. I need to get back. The basketball, I loved it because it was new to them at that aspect. So that league, the BJ League, it was new. So they had the other league, but it was more like a corporate league, and they worked for the company. So BJ League came in, and we was more of the. It was like they was the NBA as in the structured and stuff, and then we was the ABA remember the ABA first came
Mm.
in. It was like all the best players. It just wasn't in the NBA, but they was just in the league was more entertaining and better. Um, that was us. So we was teaching the guys how to play. Like they were just the other league was like boring to me, slow, because they weren't really players. They was boring, slow. We come in, we like Showtime Lakers. We running, fast breaking, dunking, shooting, playing D, pressing. They're like, what is this? So to be able to change the whole, and now everybody's playing like that. So to be able to be the first group in the mix of changing the whole culture, the way they think and see basketball, they always go back and talk about it. Man, that's one of the highlights of my life. That's amazing. And there were some great players I played with and played against. And I enjoyed my time. And like I said, I love Japan. I still have talked to some friends over there to this day. My trainer that was there, oh, I love her to death. Her husband. So it's just amazing. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. I could have left and went to Europe for way more money, but it was just like I love it here. I actually love Japan, being there.
No, agreed. Like I've been saying, I'm sure maybe Tyler's sick of it because he's heard it a lot on and like all my followers because I keep posting, man, I miss Japan. I miss Japan.
Mm.
Like that place really felt like home to me as well. Like and the basketball there, it was just so fun. Like I just love playing basketball like overseas. It's just so fun for me at least. So I definitely agree with you on that. Like Japan is just wow. And it's like so cool to see like how you changed the game there. Like that's amazing.
Yeah. Hearing like throughout this whole episode, kind of a lot of talk about how you're changing people, inspiring people. I also know that you have a foundation, so kind of want to know what inspired you to start it and like what kind of work are you doing in the community today to like keep pushing it?
Like I told you, commit to achieve. That's my foundations. Nonprofit. Um, I just had a golf tournament the other day. Well, not the other day, like her last month. I used to do a couple. Like I said, I've done the DARE programs. The DARE is just like they haven't did them in years, but that's more so. It was. I'm not know if y'all familiar with DARE. Like teach the kids in high school stay off of drugs. I've partnered with the police departments and just did like all-star games. I have done bought shoes for other basketball teams just so everybody can be look in unison. Don't want nobody to feel left out. Donated money to various different programs, man. I just try to do what I can. I wanted to feed the hungry, but that's a touchy situation because here, well, it's just people are never. You have to be careful here in America because people take your kindness for weakness and it turn
Mhm.
and bite you in the butt. So I can take and feed people and somebody gets sick and then they sue me. So you don't have no food. You get sick or say you were sick and I get sued and I lose everything. So
Yeah.
it's you try to help. So sometimes your heart can be in the right place, but now I'm married. I got a family, so I gotta be careful. So I try to keep more of my stuff sports wise and just giving is like just give out money here or there, raise money, give money out instead of like the feeding the hungry, feeding the poor stuff because that can get dangerous and convoluted. And as much as I love my organization, what I do, I don't love it more than my family and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Yeah, I think that's like a harsh reality that we face with this world is like sometimes, you can't be too kind or like things the world's a scary place. But I
right.
love how you've like done your own thing and still given back and helped it in whatever way you can. Like that's amazing. So good job.
Thank you.
Um, but sorry, I'm gonna steal your question. I have. a question. I know we're running short on time, but I still got a few questions. What do you think is one dunk or just a normal moment that you will never forget, like story time?
One dunk I'll never forget. Um, one of my college in what? Was it high school? No, oh, okay. It was in high school, and he ended up being my college teammate. That's and one of my good friends. We came back to North Carolina to play, and I've always was again dunking the basketball and stuff. Two stories. Um, we were playing in North Carolina, and all my family, because I don't know if I said Oak Hill's in Virginia. I think I said I'm 6 hours away. So we played a national schedule, so they really didn't get to see me play. But one thing that a high school coach did and my college coach was great. They at least try to find one game, if not close to where you live, in your state. So we came back and played, and I was just having a terrible game. Terrible. I don't know, just everybody was there. I was excited to see everybody. I was playing D and everything, but scoring wise,
Yeah.
just terrible. And then one time the ball came, we shot it came off the rim, and my guy, Travis Watson, 6'8", rebounding machine. He goes and grabs the rebound. And I was already running. So he jumps and he grabs it. And I just couldn't stop. So I jump. I take the ball out of his hand, jump over him, and dunk it.
Oh my gosh.
And it goes crazy. And then everybody just stopped and then just shake their head. And then like that's probably my only 2 points of the game. Like I had a terrible game. But that's all everybody talked about, and all my friends and family was there, and they were just so happy. Of course, we won the game though. But so that was one of my memories, and I will never forget. And going back to your question, I forgot all about this till you said this. When I first knew that I was going to play or this was for me, this is a crazy story, and I got like a lot of witnesses because you're not even gonna believe it.
Oh, okay.
So I leave college, and I go down to a place called Wilson, North Carolina. One of my college teammates was there, and I always used to go. Like I was that guy who go everywhere, like before And1, go everywhere and play. I want to see how good I was because remember, I was that guy that was real good, and I went to Oak Hill, and then I wasn't that good no more. And I said, this will never happen again. So I used to go all over to play.
Mm.
So I was like, man, I'm about to finish school. I don't know what's up, what I'm going to do. I said, we'll figure it out. I just prayed about it and then left it up to there. So I'm playing in the summer league game, and I'm like, man, I really pray. I'm like, man, I just got to figure out what to do. Maybe basketball ain't for me. I always wanted to be an undercover cop. Don't ask me why. It was like a Miami Vice in my day. I said, maybe I need to go ahead and go to school to be a police officer. But I want to be undercover. I want to wear suits and stuff like that. I already had it mapped out. See, that was my other plan. See, I had it mapped out.
Wow.
And so some of the games all recorded and everything, man. I was like, I need a sign. I need something. I kid you not. We were playing. I get a lot of dunks and stuff, and we're just playing. Then my teammate throws me the ball. I go baseline, and it feels like, even to this day, even the dunk I told you about, I've never felt this before. It feels like something or someone pulled me up. I jump and I windmill it, and like my whole chest is above the rim. I don't know what happened. And when I dunk it, boom, the whole thing starts shaking, and everybody's just like, stop. And I'm looking at everybody, and my guy, and this is my teammate who's been with me for years and years. He throws me lobs. He's seen everything. He says, "That was amazing. What the hell was that?" Like, man, I said, I felt like something just pulled me in the air. He was like, "Oh my God." And this is the scary part. So we got to see this. We go back to watch the film. The whole game is on film except that dunk.
Damn. That's crazy.
What?
The whole game.
What?
Damn. That's something.
It goes to
What?
film and then it goes. So y'all probably don't know because it goes to the like we call it snow. It goes to snow and then it goes back to the game.
I'm honestly in shock. Like, wow. That's, I mean, I believe in God. So wow. That's true.
That's what everybody says. Yo, there was an angel that pulled you up. And if you wasn't there, you just wouldn't believe. But I mean, you have 12 people tell the same story. Like, oh my God. And like we rushed. Like we were like, man, we can't wait to see this film. Nope. Nothing. So I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I know what I felt.
I'm so happy you remembered that because, like, I'm gonna leave today. That's gonna stick with me for a very long time. Like, wow,
it's definitely crazy. Like you see people's head at the rim and you go crazy, but whole chest, that's OD. But damn, definitely a crazy story.
Like I dunked it and I fell because I couldn't land because I told you everything's about body movement.
Yeah.
I was too high. I'd never been that high before, and I'd never been that high since. So it was like I like fell down. It's like a kid walking for the first time and get up and fall. He was like, hey, "What are you doing, man?"
And you definitely know it's crazy as well when you said your teammate that's been with you for all these years. Even he's like surprised, like he's because
he told me live some half court. Yeah, he see the stuff that I couldn't see because he's just doing it. Man, he stopped. I always knew I did something crazy when my point guard stopped and they were like, "Yo."
Yeah.
But they seen everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm honestly like just like throwing me off. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, I got a question as well. I know we got to end soon, but streetball or pro play, which do you prefer more?
What
pro play? Like you playing.
Okay, so I don't know if you know, but like I love street ball. However, I played in Japan. I played 11 months out of the year, so I would leave street ball and go play Japan. I just love the complete game, and so I love just playing the game. But then when I got tired of the game, I get to come home play And1 for 2 months, 3 months, then go back. So I think it's a toss up for the way we played back then. Like now, of course, it'd be I don't know because I think now NBA do too little and street ball do too much. It's crazy. So I think back in my time, it was they carried and they traveled some, but people understand that these guys were skilled and they did it within the confines of the rules as much as now you had hot sauce who was outside of the box. But if you watch all the other dribblers, the AOs, the pharmacists, besides the one in his move, these are real real close to legal plays, and they incorporate it within the rules and entertain. So people don't give them enough credit. I just think that's amazing, and I loved watching that. But it bothered me at times just for me being me who I was because again I told you I hated ISO ball. So that's what it was. ISO. Then I look. Then I know when to cut and catch a lob. So it was fun with doing it. But I love the being able to the game plan, the scout team to go in there and work and practice. So probably overseas in Japan, just gonna nudge it out just because how competitive I was and love the full game.
Good answer. I like that answer. You have a question?
I have a lot of questions, but I know if I keep asking them, it's gonna go on forever. So I kind of just want to. I like to ask every guest this question because we get guests of different ages, different like backgrounds. Who is your personal like GOAT? Like for you, they might not necessarily might not be the best player, but for you, the GOAT. I have a feeling I know who the answer will be, but
No, you
Yeah.
probably don't. You probably think it's gonna be Kobe, and I love Kobe. But Kobe's like my brother.
I was
But
gonna say,
Michael,
yeah,
Yeah.
Jeffrey, Jordan.
No, we were thinking Michael.
yeah, especially kids.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hands
Talking
down.
about North Carolina and that. So
Yeah. I wore the red and black like he wore, Tiger wear the red and black. And I had the ball, the thing, like the commercial was true. You want to be like Mike.
hmm,
I licked my tongue out till I bit it one day and I stopped doing that. Practiced the fadeaway. Like, man, Mike, hands down. And not saying that, but the other guy, Mike got it done on both ends on the court. And just how hard he worked, man. I love it. Mike.
yes, definitely a good answer. I definitely agree with that. I have Mike as my GOAT as well. My favorite
Mine
player
as
was
well.
always Kobe, but like
Yeah.
he's like he's the student kind of, and Mike was the mentor. So you
Right.
know you got to give respect to the OG. But
Yes, sir. Kobe, do you have any stories or maybe like your favorite story of you and Kobe together?
Kobe. This is when I knew that he was different because I was different. So we had this drill that we used to work out. We had a drill we used to do. And the drill is throw the ball, like you had people lined up, throw, catch, lay it up, look, and just keep going around. So he had this great idea. Let's dunk. Bro, you 4 inches taller than me. Like it's easier for you to dunk than it is for me to dunk. You keep going around. So we're doing this drill. We're just working out, going. We're going about an hour, just drench of sweat workout. So then I was like, all right, man, let's go. I'm tired. I'm done. He was like, all right, I'm gonna go for a little longer and then we'll get out here and go. So I'm over there sitting down. I'm stretching and just relaxing. Kobe goes for another 2 hours by himself.
damn,
What the? He was different. His work,
Yeah.
and I work. I something different. Like that, throw me out the window. I'm like, this dude's amazing. And I didn't even get starstruck about it because I just slap him like I ain't studying him. But amazing. So his work ethic was like no other, maybe only Michael's. And I tell people, and everybody say I'm biased because, his last years in the league that he was on the one leg, go back and watch the tape. No one stopped him. He got whatever spots he wanted. His body just wouldn't let him lift and shoot and do certain things. But they looking at, he only had 6 points this game. Again, I told you, I look at the game as a coach. And again, I work with him, so I know he got to every one of his spots that he wanted to. He made every fake that he wanted. Now y'all can go watch it. I'm telling you, watch it. He made every fake, and he got the shot off every time. It's just his body wouldn't allow him to get the normal lift and the normal stuff. So he missed. But look at the shots he missed. Look at the defender. So I'm like, that's amazing. At that age, and his body was broken down, that he could do that against these young, top tier, superior athletes. So I was like, the footwork and the effort and just the knowledge of the game was so amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
it's a shame about the ACL injury. I mean, the Achilles injury, because I feel like we were really robbed. Like the later years of his career, I feel like all
Yeah.
the way to the end, he still would have been playing at a high level, MVP level, but
100%.
ultimately injuries and stuff, you can't really control it. But yeah, man, Kobe just never quits. After seeing him go down with the injury, he still got up to shoot
Come
the
on,
free
shoot.
throws,
Yes.
and he sunk him as well. It's not like,
And made him,
like,
yeah.
like that's crazy. Like it
Then
just,
walked off.
yeah, like it
Yeah.
shows how he's different to everyone else. Even when compared to like the professionals, the NBA, even then he's like a step above. It's crazy. It's definitely inspiring.
Yeah, it's just amazing. I think I have maybe two more questions. So, one is, what advice do you think you'd give the younger version of yourself?
Uh, I think that I would it's hard to say because you everything happens for a reason.
Mm.
But I think that if I would have went to Georgetown or Oklahoma like I started to, I might would have went to the NBA. So in back of my mind, that's always there. That and I say that I would have took things more seriously as life and not gonna say so much sports. I mean, maybe even sports because I was always so I took it serious, but I think that I could have been better at being a better teammate because I was so much better than everyone. I could turn it on and off. I could do the few things that most people can't. I could turn it on and off. So I'll joke around, joke around, joke around. And then when it was time to go, I can go, but they couldn't because they
Mm.
was playing around so much. So I think that I could have stayed focused longer, not so much for me, but for the well-being of everyone.
Mm.
And leave your kind alone.
Hmm.
Them daggone women get you all the time.
Okay, okay. And then my final question is, shout out to Jenny. She's a massive fan of you and she like organizes all this. So thank you to her. So I want to hand it over to her and ask, is there anything you want to ask him personally or anything you want him to share? Yeah. You might need the mic on the, or I can just
So,
say it. If you don't want to be on it, I'll just repeat what you say. Did you hear that?
I didn't hear nothing.
She said, are you ever going to visit Australia?
I've been to Australia many times, but I do need to come back. I told, if one to Japan,
Visit
Australia is the
Tracy,
next
she said.
spot. Yeah, Trey, my guy, man. Trey, I love Tracy to death. I do need to come over there. Summertime is so busy with
Yeah.
school ball and the summer leagues but my wife wants to go to Australia. She wants to go everywhere, but
Yeah.
I love Australia. Australia, now it's just as expensive as Japan, but Australia is beautiful and it's good golf.
Yeah.
So I need to visit. I'm gonna visit soon.
Exactly. Yes, you should.
Tell Jennifer have a place for me to stay. I ain't paying for nowhere to stay.
Yeah. We'll, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll arrange it with Tracy. We'll get somewhere. Tyler, you have any final questions you want to ask?
Just I know you mentioned golf there at the end. Kind of, how'd you get into golf, and what's your favorite golfing memory like that you've had so far?
My favorite Tracy. The first time I ever got into golf was Tracy. He won. It was I came home from And1, and he was like, "Hey, there's a celebrity golf tournament." And then I told the guys, "You were home. Could you come play?" And I said, "I don't play no golf. Nobody play that. That's a sissy game." He's like, "Man, come on, play." So I go play, and I told you I'm a competitor. I suck. I'm a superior athlete, as they say. There's this little white ball that does not move. How can I not hit this ball? My hand-eye coordination is great. The ball isn't moving. I don't understand why I cannot hit this ball where I want it to go. So I suck. And ever since that day, I've been obsessed because I do not like not being good.
Mm.
So I'm very good now. I'm one of the like 5% of the people in the world. Because again, I took this as basketball. My wife gets on my nerves. I get on her nerves. I'm obsessed with it. Like the basketball, I'm obsessed. I'm so obsessed with it. I don't touch a club during my coaching basketball season because I can't. She said I can't be obsessed with two things at once. And since neither one of them, she said neither one of them is her, so I got to pick.
Yeah.
So I don't play then, but one of the memories looking back, have you ever like been good at something and then you look back and when you started and you like, yo, I was terrible.
Yep.
So I came home with my grandma and we actually had an And1 segment where we filmed I was golfing. And like the golf pro here, where he moved, he's one of my good friends. We just talked about it the other day. So I was and think about this is 2007, 8. The baggy pants shorts was in that came out. The capri, I had capri pants on out, shorts on out there golfing with a shirt. I looked terrible, hat backwards, glasses. We filming. They didn't edit nothing out. I'm missing the ball, not hitting it. And they aired it. And then he's like, yo, you remember this episode? And we just sit back and die laughing like, yo, you suck. But and then everything come full circle, man. That's one of my memories. I can still picture it. And literally like 2 days ago, he just brought that up. Because I had a bad day on the course. He's like, well, you ain't as bad when I first seen you on TV. So, oh, shut up, man. So, yeah, golf is my thing now. I don't play as much basketball because I just do more coaching and I don't like the way basketball is played now. So, unless I'm coaching it or watching one of my guys, I don't really play it. But golf, I probably play 5 times a week.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a day. I was like, oh, yeah, that's still a lot though. Yeah, wow. I can definitely see how you and Tracy get along though. Like,
I'm better than Tracy. I'm better than him now.
I'm gonna tell him you said that.
He'll agree with you. I'm better than him. He beat me long time ago.
Does he really agree? I feel like he never admits.
he might know it, but I don't think he would admit it.
Yeah, I don't think he would admit it 100%. He'll tell me a lie or something, or some kind of made up story, or I don't know.
If we ask him, he'll just smile. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It'll be like a 2-hour story. He doesn't answer the question. It's like, is he better than me?
It's going to be a long story. It's definitely going to be a long story.
100%. Oh man.
But yeah, I think
I'll tell you a funny story about Tracy, real quick.
Okay.
So I got blessed to be in a situation we needed a coach overseas. So I was like, I got a coach. And he's like, what? So I called Trey. I said, Trey, come on. He said, what are you talking about? I said, man, I want you to come on here and be coach. He was like, for real? I said, yeah. I said, I got you. He said, so he came over. So I got him his first coaching job. But that ain't even the story. So I'm a loyal guy. I'm going to take care of my people. So we brought a guy over and he just was not playing good. And Tracy said, hey, we're going to send him home. I was like, no, man, we're not sending him home. And like overseas was just like the NBA type, like the players run the league. Like, you know what I mean? So it's not like NFL. So it's like, if Trey wanted to do something, but I would never disrespect him, but I was the star. So if I ain't wanted to happen, it wasn't going to happen. So I get hurt. And so when I get hurt, I just stayed around the team. And I always just try to get everybody together because if I didn't play, it was almost like they thought they were going to lose. So then Trey was like, hey, man, you working so hard. You trying to get back. You need a vacation. I was like, man, I don't need no vacation. He said, yeah, man. And my sister was in the Army at that time. She was in Korea. He was like, man, go visit your sister for a week, man. Just have fun, enjoy yourself. I said, nah, man. He said, go ahead. He said, I'm going to pay for the flight. I said, Trey, I'm not going. He said, man, go ahead. The guys have been in the gym. I'm going to give them a couple of days off. So, all right. So I go visit my sister. I have a good old time. I come back. Trey wanted to get rid of me. So when I came back, he sent that guy home.
Yeah, I realized when you said somewhere, I realized I'm like, oh, I know what's coming up.
That's Trey though.
That's crazy. Oh,
Oh,
I gotta tell
ask him
him that.
about that. He gonna say, "Oh yeah, I did." He sent him home.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure he would have told that story, but differently. Like he wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't have mentioned like anything about sending you away. He's told the story about sending the guy home, but not what he did to send him home. Like, oh man, that guy is funny.
I think it's definitely had a good session. There's a lot more questions to ask, but
Yeah. Yeah. Are you gonna come on?
All right, so I've got a question. So like when And1 came about, to me, you guys kind of put streetball on the map. You elevated streetball globally. So my question is, were you aware of it at the time? And if not, what do you think of it now? Like to me, Michael Jordan made NBA what it is now today globally. He made that much of a difference. You spoke about making a difference in Japan. Were you aware that you made such a huge difference through N1 by putting streetball on the map globally?
Afterwards, I mean, towards the end, because I'm lying. Yes, because we were going to summer, and you would look. We sold out the Garden. Like we got so big that we could not play in these normal college arenas. When we first started, it was in colleges. Then we had to move to NBA arenas. We were selling out NBA
Wow.
arenas. So you got 30,000 people screaming your name and every night. Then you go turn on the TV to the NBA game, and them seats wasn't. Man, we had that full up there. They're not full up there. We knew that we was doing something globally, and it's just it was either before our time or people didn't think right because I think that it could have been bigger, and I think that things could have been a whole lot different, especially when we was in the social media age.
Mm,
But I like that we changed the game in that aspect also. Some people say we made it for the worst, but I don't believe that because, like I mentioned earlier, some people go too far with the street ball thing. If you watch our street ball, besides Sauce and a couple guys, everything, it wasn't like a blatantly pick up the ball and just travel.
yeah.
And it was amazing because these guys can do all this stuff with the ball. And I was still out because I couldn't do it. I never practiced it. I didn't want to do it because that's not my game. And it was very few turnovers. So they were precise. So I'm still a coach of the game watching this. I'm like, this guy can dribble, throw behind the back pass.
Mm,
And he knows that it wasn't, we practiced, but it wasn't a you cut here, you cut there. It was we played off instinct, so people understand. So that's what made it even more. There's nothing choreographed about it. There was nothing like that. Now we'll have our pick and roll to get somebody on a weaker defender because you can see that they can't play good defense. Like, but that's just basketball. But everything you saw, it was besides like if somebody throw it off the backboard to me and I look and I throw it back off the air up there. I mean, you can see that coming, but nothing was choreographed. Only thing that was choreographed, if you want to say choreographed, all the dunkers had to try to at least do their signature dunk sometime during the game. And that still ain't choreographed because ain't no guarantee you're gonna get it done.
mm.
So it was the athletic ability and the skill of the AOs and the prime objectives, the SIG, Silk, um, Arab there, Baby Shaq, like Pat the Rock. It was amazing, and no one. And they try to make it look at a documentary what really hurt me to the heart, but there wasn't no. Especially when I got there, that core group, the professor and everybody, there was no animosity. Everybody do what you do. Do what you do. Have fun. And everybody came together and played, and we knew we had the hardest job. And that's why being on the other team was so easy. I tell people it's not easy. You had to put on a show, entertain, and win.
Mm.
If we would have went out there and been a better team and just go pick and roll, throw it to Escalade, back down, shoot, boo.
Yeah.
They don't want to see that. So we had that. And as a dunker, we used to always laugh. The worst play ever is a fast break because everybody wants you to go between your legs 9 times, 360. Like we used to fight over who wasn't going to do a fast break dunk
Yeah.
because it was just everybody to stand up and you don't do nothing crazy.
Yeah.
So it was the fun parts, man. But to answer the question again, I get excited about that. Yes, and it's humbling to know that we really changed the game so much, even though they don't want to admit it. A lot of stuff stemmed from us, went to the NBA. A lot of people start trying different stuff from them. They won't never give us the credit, but you can tell people who know, and that's really all that matters.
Mhm. Yeah, that's great. I actually have one. I know we need to end. I'm pretty sure you have a tournament you need to go to.
Yeah, I don't even know what time it is.
Yeah. Just last question. So this is a pretty like easy question. What is your all-time favorite dunk like to do? Like not one you would have done it, but like yeah.
Okay, I can answer a two-part question. My all-time favorite dunk to do probably be the between the legs because I was one of the first to do it, and everybody loved that. And again, that's my logo.
Mm.
So I actually did that in a game in Japan. Everybody was like,
Ooh.
"Yo, yeah." Yes. Again, I told you everything I would do, I could do in the game. But I think that's not number one, but a close second. I used to go and jump up and cock it back and then just drop it in fake dunk. So everybody used to go, "Oh, what?"
Oh.
So that used to be the funny thing. Everybody and coach was like, "Don't do that tonight. Don't do that. Don't do that." So that used to be the thing. It'd be funny.
I love that. I actually love that.
That would be perfect for the warm ups where they say you're not allowed to dunk in warm ups. Just pull that one out.
Eh.
Yeah.
Eh. All right. Well, I'm guessing you don't have any more questions. Yep. We'll end it there then. Thank you so much for coming on. Like, I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know if you know, like, yeah, how amazing and like how you've shaped everyone. Like, even all our guests have pretty much said like how much N1 like got them into basketball and that. So it's just really amazing that we've had you come on, and thank you so much for coming on and talking to us and sharing with us all your stories and your thoughts. Do you have anything?
Oh, thanks for having me, man. I know it took a while. Jennifer's been on. She's been on me, and she's been on me. So when I ever meet her, I'm gonna drop an elbow on her too. But we finally made it happen. I told her we would, and she's been on it. So I'm glad it got to happen, and I enjoyed it. Brought back memories I haven't thought about in a while. So sometimes sit down and go by memory lane and reminisce. It's good. I don't like talking about myself though, but I love talking about the events that happen and
Yeah.
other people and where it's shaped. So I enjoyed it. So I think I enjoyed it more than y'all did.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, it was great to have you on. Before we finish, if there's anything you want to shout out, any social media, anywhere we can find you, the viewers can find you.
My Instagram is 252 helicopter 35, and I think my Snapchat the same. My Facebook is John Helicopter Humphrey. I'm always posting stuff, not much about me. I'm just posting basketball, my team, just stuff I'm into now, some golf stuff. But I mean, I'll join in the basketball stuff every now and then, or I'll go do a dunk or something and post it because my players be doubting coach. But I mean, I'm there. I'm more accessible than a lot. I DM me, I will respond. It might not be right away because I don't look at it all the time because I'm on the golf course. But I usually, long ain't nothing crazy questions. Some people ask some stupid stuff. I'm like, come on, man. But again, I've always liked interacting with my fans and they like to get to know me, and I don't mind. I enjoy that. That's one of the things that come with it, and people still appreciate the helicopter all these years later, and I appreciate it. It's fun. So, Send me a friend request. Send me up. I'll respond. Any questions? I have fun.
Of course, be sure to check you out. And yeah, once again, just thanks for coming along.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Exactly. And to our viewers at home, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, go follow all of that. Send him a question if you've got any questions, let us know if you have any thoughts on how we could improve. And thank you for watching.